Hello everyone, I'm the Board Observer, here to give you snippets of Political Storm's most talked about stories throughout the week. From education, abortion, Trump, endangered species, mainstream media, bias, to the Democrats in the 2020 presidential election. The weekly rundown begins now. On Friday, education. Educator and liberal contributor Steven Singer believes there's zero benefits to going to private schools if we take family income out of the equation, according to a 2008 study from professors of the University of Virginia. Thus, to help children, we should increase funding for anti-poverty programs and make the public school systems more robust. On Saturday, Roe v. Wade, Esteban of Conservative Analysis reviews a throwback discussion between the late Justice Scalia and Piers Morgan over abortion and women's rights. Morgan argues on changing times, while constitutionalist Scalia argues that the right to abortion must be left to democratic choice so a state can choose on its own. On Sunday, ESA. Our liberal writer, Alexis Chapman, notes that the Trump administration wants to change how a 45-year-old Endangered Species Act is enforced. The idea is to consider economic interests when deciding how to protect animals, prioritizing development over habitat protection, which could make certain species extinct.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
On Monday, the media. Our conservative writer, Jeff Crouere, believes that in the age of Trump, the mainstream media has become a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. He cites a study from January 2017 to June 2018, mostly filled with negative coverage. On Tuesday, bias. The Board Observer, myself, discusses implicit bias and liberal media bias that conservatives complained about for years. He adds that left-leaning journalists and the media are not immune to their own implicit biases. Do you believe that many in the news and media have implicit biases and just won't admit it?
Yes.
On Wednesday, Democrats. The Democratic Party's quest to find possible 2020 presidential candidates like Biden, Bernie, Oprah, Cortez, and Kennedy has not worked out because they have forsaken their platform, have no real leaders,
I am saying impeach 45!
and only oppose Trump. They need to find leaders with a proactive mentality. And on Thursday, party politics. Progressive writer Steven Singer wishes to do away with the two-party system because they're both corrupt.
Are you corrupt? Oh, yes.
He warns that moving forward as a nation is difficult unless we accept candidates regardless of party. And that about does it for this edition of the Weekly Rundown. Be sure to log on to Political Storm for the latest discussions on the topics of the day. Once again, I am the Board Observer, signing off.